Good evening, everybody. Welcome. It's the 28th of May, 2021. It's bank holiday weekend. The sun's shining, and what a way to start your weekend here at Barbers Arms, episode 56, in conjunction with the British Barbers Association and Wahl UK. We've got a cracker coming up tonight. It's all UK tonight. Really looking forward to this one. We're going to start off with mine and Gaz's news bits, and then we're going to go to the BarberEVO news desk around about 8:10. 8:15, it's Girl Power. We've got Vicky Harrison-Smith joining us from SB International Barbering Academy. Then it's Gaz's 56 cocktail coming up tonight. I think it's a strong one tonight. He's home alone, so he's going to really give the ball a kick tonight with this one. And then we've got Burt joining us from Teddy Edwards down in Brighton on the south coast. He's going to be joining us around about 10 to 9 tonight as well. So great evening tonight on Barbers Arms. Without further ado, please welcome my co-host, Mr. Gary Machin.
Thank you very much, Mr. Simon Shaw. Well, thank you and welcome to everybody who's come on watching the show tonight. We are week 56 or episode 56. We've got last week 82,000 viewers. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank Jay Majors Rapasso and Elias Weller from Buxy. Thank you for coming on the show last week. I know we had our little problems. Hopefully we won't have any of that today. Just on a personal note, all the leavers today, I know everybody's left school today, so all those prospective hairdressing and barbering apprentices, get your CVs into all your local hairdressers and barbers at the moment. We've got everything you need to make a successful career, so please get in there and give your CV into your local businesses. Millie Machin, my youngest daughter, 16 today. She's actually left school today, so I'm very proud of her. Love you to death. Jake Machin, my son, he's 22 tomorrow as well, so just get them out of the way. We've got Michelle Caprio all the way over in Canada. Just give this a shout out. She was a former winner of the Hall of Fame, came over to London. Love her to death. Wish her a very happy birthday. And on that note, 1908, Ian Fleming was born. So it's his birthday today, 007 himself, or prospective. So everybody out there, thank you very much for watching. And what are we drinking tonight, Mr. Simon Shaw?
Oh, just on a bit of liquid Valium again, some Desperados to start the day off, the evening off on a nice thing. You're looking that purple colour's looking really nice tonight, by the way. It's really gleaming well. The lights do really well. Phyllis, you look like Phyllis off Coronation Street. Perfect. No, it's not on your beard, it's on your hair.
Do you know what's happening is, obviously, we've got more sunshine than normal. I'm in natural light. As it gets darker, I'm sure it'll go because I'm not using anything different anyway. So I'm on the one that we discovered in London on our little trip this week. I'm on Alvis Juice by Brewdog. So Mr. Brewdog, if you're watching, you can send us some if you want to. I've found this in our local hostelry, Bogging Booze, as it is, on the way home from work. So I am home alone, as you said earlier. So I've got no constraints whatsoever. The barmaid's gone away, taking Millie away, because all these kids that have finished today all around the country, they missed the prom, the leaving do, everything else. So good out to all those that are out there and parents that are trying to make it special. I know we are ourselves. So I'm home alone, so I can stay out with you loads longer tonight if you want to.
No. See you twice this week. Just to let you know as well, everybody, we had a great evening this week, a little Barbers Arms to get together down at the Electric Space in London. Great venue. I'm sure you enjoyed it, Gaz, down there. It was a really fantastic space there just for hairdressers and barbers. It kind of got like a New York feel. The best way to describe it is if you're an hairdresser or a barber, it's somewhere where you can be a club member and you can hire this place if you want to go in for a day and cut hair, if you want to go do education, if you want to work for a week. It's just a great space to, that's why it's called Electric Space, but it's a great space to be in there. But we had a great night. A bit early, weren't a lively one, was it, really? We didn't really go get the ball a kick. I weren't counting the drinks, but you said we had more than, I think I was telling everybody we'd had about 6, but you said we had more than 6.
Well, who's counting? It doesn't matter, is it? It doesn't make us big or clever. I just, we probably had a little bit more than that, but you did drag me home. You know, when Trevor phoned me, he said our production, he, you know, in Australia, he said, "No way, you were not home by 12 o'clock." And I said, you know,
it was earlier than that, Trevor, a lot earlier. But we managed to get up for a really nice breakfast. Actually, we went out from our hotel in central London. We had a little walk, and we found this nice little cafe bar. We sat out, and at 9:30 in the morning, the sun was blazing. And I said to Gaz, I just fancy a beer. Not that I've got a problem or out like that, but it was just one of those periods where you just like, sun was shining, you're in central London, bank holiday weekend, people were getting back to normality a little bit, hopefully. I know there's still a few areas. I know in Glasgow still it's on tier 3. But yeah, it felt a little bit like the first time I felt really normal that when we're having that nice breakfast. Brioche breakfast roll.
I'm glad you've admitted that it felt quite normal and you wanted a pint with your breakfast. So, you know, every man to his own. Everybody's me stick, but it's really, you know, I'm glad you're admitting these things anyway. Yeah, but I will admit, and we had some great company as well on Wednesday night when we did the event with Mark. We had Carl Foster from Mr. Barbers, we had Sam Campagna, we had your team, we had Carl, and we had Jake as well with us. And it was
yeah, well, you know what's amazing? When I turned around, we went into the little cinema area downstairs while Matt did the presentation. I turned around when I did my bit. And whilst there was only about 6 or 7 of us there was, I think we'd counted it up, there were 42 barbershops between the 7 of you, the 6 of you, which were fantastic, really, you know, just showing out how strong that is. And I think people edging back into going into London to go to these training things, to go to these meetings, that felt good. And I think the people that went felt really positive, mixing with people in a safe way, and also just sharing ideas, and the other people you meet and engage stuff, and the messages I've had since, and we're going to do this, we're going to do that. So guys, if there's any coming up and you're thinking, oh, do you know what, I'm going to wait a little bit longer, don't wait. If you can make it into some events that's up and running now, support these events and get out, and you just feel a completely different person. Talking about events as well, coming up on the 6th of June, we've got our fantastic Barbers Arms Expo, and we've got some amazing presenters. There's too many for me to read off, but I've got a few in front of me here. We've got Gary and myself are going to be there. We've got Alan Beek, Frank Reimer, we've got Vicky Harrison-Smith, we've got Sam Campagna, Killian Madison, Jack Ludlow, and then we've got the business seminars as well. We've got Chris Foster on there, Ivan Zoot, I think Jack Ludlow's on there as well. We've got the Barber Guru from New York. I'm really looking forward to all of this. Not only the barbering side and men's hairdressing side that we're going to be showing over the 2 weeks, but the business side of it as well looks really strong. So guys, you've still got time to register on our website as well, which is thebarbersarms.co.uk, and all the way through on Facebook you'll see lots of different trailers and advertisements there where you can click in and register. It's going to start next weekend on the 6th, so we're all looking forward to that, and it's going to be a real exciting time. I can't wait for that to start.
And you know, it's going to run not only for the Sunday, which is the main stage, the business stage is going to be on the Monday, and this marketplace is going to run for a full 2 weeks. So guys, if you don't manage to get on the particular day, you can catch this up, and you can take advantage of all the stands that are going to be available. But I think, yeah, you know, as Simon's just said, we've got some great names on the business stage on the Monday as well. And, you know, not only just creative, I think it's a big part of our business that you need to run your business well. So from a business stage point of view, it's really, really important that people take, you know, notice, and it's free. So get on there, register, and you'll have some great information.
Absolutely, and a lot of people saying to me, you know, obviously it's kind of the first exhibition this year that people have been, especially in our part as well, in the barbering sector. You will be able to buy all the stands that's going to be there. Mataki, you know, Wahl, the BBA, Captain Fawcett, you know, books here are on there as well. They've got some great presenters in there, and so all the rooms that when you're watching it present, but all the 2 weeks, those stands will be retailing as well, so you'll be able to get some of the latest promotions, new products that's coming out as well. So it's not just about the education. You can buy on the sites, and I know everybody loves to have an exhibition to go to. I heard in the week, I don't know, when you hear things, caption of things, and I heard it on the night. I'm gonna have to be quick because I know BarberEVO news desk coming up. But I woke up in the middle of the night. I think it was early hours of Thursday morning, thinking, I'm sure somebody's told me something's been cancelled, and I think it's the Scottish exhibition that's been cancelled on the first weekend in September. Yeah.
I hadn't heard that actually. That's an interesting one as well. It's really sad, really, isn't it? I mean, we keep getting more and more and more events being cancelled, and so it makes this event that we're doing even more valuable. And remember, you can actually buy on the actual stands, and it's interactive. Everybody, if you want to speak to anybody who's performing on the day on the main stage, and obviously all the brands that are in the expo, you can actually speak to somebody. You can actually be interactive with whoever's playing at the time. So it's a really good,
I think we're going to finish off with a few beers with some people as well, aren't we, afterwards?
I think we start. We think we're supposed to be finishing with a few beers, but after what you've just come out with, we're doing the intro as well. So you might be having a beer with the intro as well. So, whatever.
Well, listen, if it's morning and I've got round this, thinking about what we said the other night, if somebody said, do you want a juice for your breakfast? Yeah, apple juice. I'll have fucking cider. Without further ado, talking to ciders, talking to drinks, let's fly up to Scotland and have a look at what's happening around the world with our BarberEVO news desk, Mr. Andrew Foster.
Take it away.
Good evening. Thank you, Simon and Gary. David Foster here from BarberEVO with the weekly BarberEVO news desk. I hope you've all had a great week. I'm just going to quickly run through some of the key highlights, key bits of news that have occurred in the past week for barbers globally. Kicking things off here in Scotland, of course, great bit of news the last couple of days has come out, and that is that through a Scottish Government directive, the opportunity, the ability for barbers, beauticians, hairdressers, people in the hair and beauty industry here, from this Monday, 31st of May, will now be able to provide certain services, close contact services as they're known, which includes things like shaves, or for beauticians, certain sort of services that they offer. That is now back on the cards from Monday coming, on the proviso that the practitioner, the barber, the stylist, the hairdresser, the beautician, etc., wears a proper mask, a type IIR mask, face mask, and a visor or goggles. But a good thing for all of these businesses, barbering businesses in particular, is that this service is now legally permitted as of this Monday, back on the table. So hopefully that gets things going even more. I know it's been a good couple of weeks getting back to it, but hopefully this is a real strong addition to the service offering for barbers across Scotland. So that's a great bit of news to start things off with. This past week as well, one bit of news that came our way was that of our very own Simon Shaw, not only starring in his, I think now his 56th Barber's Arms episode, which is incredible, but Simon was brought out of, for want of a better term, cold storage, or perhaps even day release, just there as he visited the Mr. Barbers headquarters. Mr. Barbers, of course, a fantastic barbershop chain with multiple barbershops, 20 plus barbershops throughout England. Simon was there to deliver a fantastic seminar, an educational seminar about not just about retail in general, but actually problem solving with retail. I'm sure it was fantastic, and actually the feedback has been tremendous. Carl Foster, fantastic second name that he's got there. Carl commented, he's one of the owners of the Mr. Barbers chain, that Simon's experience is worth its weight in gold, and I'm led to believe it was a 3-hour seminar and was very well received. So good to hear that Simon's out and about again, a sign that things are getting back to normality, which is super. Some exciting news this past week for UK and Irish barbers: the annual All-Star Challenge brought to us by American Crew The UK and Ireland winners were announced in the past several days. Always a bit of excitement about this one. And special congratulations to Serena Hussein-Hill from Tony and Guy in Birmingham, who is the UK winner for this year, but also to Ciara Madden out of Mark's Barbers in Ireland, who won the Irish equivalent award. Now, for Ciara and Serena, the fun doesn't stop there. They will now automatically be entered into the Global All-Star Challenge competition. They will face up against a lot of the competitors that have appeared globally, and the winner will be announced in June 21st, I believe, and they could win $5,000 and an incredible opportunity to have a photo shoot in Barcelona, of all places, with David Raculia, the founder, an incredible photographer from American Crew. So well done to Serena and Ciara, super news, and good luck to them as they enter the Global Challenge now. Final bit of news for me here, slightly off-piste, but I mean, how can I not mention this one? In the past week, we've had a serious incident of the politics of hair. Hair can divide us, good hairstyles, bad hairstyles, trending hairstyles, etc. But it would appear that in North Korea, of all places, the supreme leader, Kim Jong-un, has banned mullets and spiky hair. Obviously, terrible news for the comeback of the mullet, which has been a strong campaign throughout the United Kingdom and indeed further afield in this past year, when, you know, folks haven't been able to get back to barbershops as regularly as they would have liked. Well, the mullets have been banned alongside skinny jeans and body piercings in North Korea, it would appear, with the kind of key message being that they are deemed anti-social, according to the Supreme Leader in North Korea. So with that being said, hopefully that warning message can get to Gary in time for his next hair appointment. I know he was considering that mullet. So yeah, maybe an alternative would be the right course of action now. But nonetheless, that is your latest BarberEVO news desk. Short but sharp, a little bit of fun at the end there. But make sure you keep it on BarberEVO.com. We update our website on a daily basis, bringing you all the key news and developments from the barbering industry globally. So that's BarberEVO.com. I've been David Foster again, and really looking forward to the rest of the show. Make sure you enjoy it, and we'll see you next week. Thanks very much.
Oh, thank you, David. Very brave, actually, talking about North Korea. If he's not here next week, we know what's happened.
Well, do you know what? You took up most of the news then, I think. What's that all about?
Fair play to him. I think it might have been after I gave him a bit of stick last week about the Kevin Lunchman announcement. So fair play to him. I've not spoken to him about that as well. He must have been speaking to Carl Foster, but it was a good day.
I was just going to say, I think Mr. Barbers are going to love that anyway. So that's fantastic.
Big promotion. So coming up on tonight's show, guys, we've got some. It's nice to be back. I'm really looking forward to it today. We've been an old British show, and both from England as well. One up in the northeast and one down in the southwest coast as well, as far down south as we can get down in Brighton. So both are entertaining, lively. So I'm really looking forward to interviewing these. A bit of girl power for you all coming up as well on our first guest as well. So. Don't forget to follow me on my Insta, which is Simon Shaw. Wahl. Gaz is the British Barber. Barbers_arms, there are Instagram accounts, and the website for is the barbersarms.co.uk. And if you want to email us, it's barbersarms@thebritishbarber.com. That's the social media sites. And on there, we'll continue to keep feeding you about the 6th of June. Some of the guests that's joining us tonight: Ross Carter, Rick Roberts, Matt Walters, your Rachel Bishop's joining us, keeping an eye on what is happening. David Gray, Nicasso, all our favourites on there. I'm sure Alison will be joining us on as well. We've got Ala Machin from India as well, watching as well. So hi guys, great for joining in as well. I think we're nearly far off now. The next two shows will drop us in to 8 million views on Barbers Arms. So 57th episode, we should have hit that big 8 million. number. So without further ado, though, let's have our first guest on. Joining us, first time on Barbers Arms, joining us from up in the northeast area. We have Vicky Harrison-Smith, who is the owner and director of SB Barbering, International Barbering Academy. And she's got a few ambassadorial roles that she fulfills as well in the industry. So for the first time, please welcome Vicky Harrison-Smith.
Good evening. How can 5 minutes feel like an hour?
Well, you are a lot further away than us. You're all the way up in Sunderland, so in the northeast. So you know it takes a little time for us to travel that far up.
It does. It does. I've been sitting here patiently, excited to find out what you've been talking about.
Are you a Machin?
No, I'm not a Machin, but the academy's in Sunderland, so yeah, sort of.
So if anybody else asks when you're at work, you are, but you actually from Newcastle then, I guess.
Yeah, I'm in between. I'm from the posh bit. In between.
What? There is a posh bit?
Of course there's a posh bit. Look at this drink.
Wait, what are you drinking anyway? What are you on the drink tonight, Vic?
Well, I've run out of Sauvignon Blanc, so I've gone on my husband's pink gin. You see that?
Oh.
Wow. He'll be pleased with you telling everybody that it's your husband's pink gin as well. That's a proper Sunderland man's drink.
Yeah, he loves a pink gin.
I can't fault him. Gary, do you want to start off with Vic tonight?
Well, Vic, I mean, to be honest, it's one of the very few guests I don't think I've ever met before, have I, Vic?
No.
I know we get around a lot, and you're. Let me get this right. You're a Mataki ambassador. You're Upcut Deluxe ambassador. Have I missed anything out?
Yeah, I've started working with a different clipper brand lately. Yeah, that's
so go on.
Subject. Eh?
All right. Okay. Well, just for our viewers out there, and for me, really, I know I've done my research, and I know a few things about it. Not quite the inside leg, but for our viewers out there, just give us a little bio of who you are, what you are, where you come from, and what you represent at the moment in the northeast.
Okay, so basically, I'm quite old now, so I've been barbering a long time. What I'm really into in the industry is customer care, teaching people to be the barber for the people. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
So I'm more about customer service, teaching sort of more traditional techniques. I'm more about preparing barbers for industry rather than more sort of editorial and sort of what they see on Instagram. For me, a barber can make any hair look good for that person. That's a skill in itself. So I'm all about sort of preparing barbers for real life barbering rather than what they see on Instagram. So my academy is sort of, it's a barbershop environment where we deal with every type of client. We're not specifically for one type of client, the skin fade. But we prepare barbers to go in any type of barbershop. We prepare the foundations ready for someone to mentor the students to what they want from them, So we give a solid foundation. I'm more about it's student-centered learning. And I'm all about personal learning as well. So it's a very small academy, but it's all about that person who comes to me. It's not about me. I don't really care about me. I'm more about that person and the client and teaching them to be a better barber for the people. If that makes any sense. I know it's a bit cheesy, but that's just the way I am.
So really you want to get your student to the point where they're job ready. They can get a job.
Yes. Job ready to the fact that realistically which freshly trained barber is fully job ready. I mean, how long did it take you to become a good barber? You know, it takes a long time. It's a specialist skill. So
well, personally, I'm just on my 37th year and I'm just getting the hang of it. With Simon, he was a very quick learner, Simon was. So he was, you know, he was ready in 30. He was, you know, 30 years, he was good. So, but that's great to hear from you, and you really keep the student at the centre of what you do. You talked about, do you offer qualifications then? Do you offer, or is it just, yeah? So with qualification based, which that's admirable, that's great. From your academy then, you're based in Sunderland. Do you come from a barbering background then? You were in a barber shop and then your story evolved into opening an academy, or
yeah, well my family of barbers, it's my grandfather was a barber, and he had his own shops, which that wasn't the reason that I got into it. I just, you know, when you do like a little skills test, or they do the questionnaire when you say what do you want to be, and you tick all them boxes, and they said go and do beauty at college. So I went and done beauty at college, but I really was interested in hair. So I had to do ladies hairdressing to progress into men's hairdressing, and I worked in a unisex. So I dabbled in both, which I think made me a stronger barber when I turned to barbering. So, and I just love working with men. I just love the environment, and I love making people feel good. Like, I feel like, you know, the barbering is about the client. It isn't about us as barbers. It's about the client. And that's what I love about my job. Getting to know clients, you know, they become friends, you know that. So that's what I'm about, and that's what I love about the industry.
Good. Well, you've seen Barbers Arms then, so we're going to go through a series of questions, a bit of career questions, and we'll finish off with some quick fire questions as well, building a profile of yourself. Gaz has got a little rant or rave in between that as well, which will hopefully, we missed out on it last week. We got a little bit way behind, so it'll be good to see what the rant or rave is tonight as well. But Vic, first question I want to ask you, you've kind of touched on some of them there, but what's the main three principles that you carry on a day-to-day basis in the business? What is your main three strong principles that you want to deliver every day?
I want to deliver good customer service, because I always feel, even if you're just a freshly trained barber, if you give great customer service, the client will always come back. Great customer service. I like to instill that barbering is, it's not an easy job. It's a fulfilling job, but it ain't easy. I like to teach the real side of barbering, and I like to have fun at work as well. I have a lot of fun at work. I believe that's the key to enjoying your job, is making it enjoyable and fun and lovely environment to be in.
So customer service, education, and then having fun within those two aspects as well. You know, coming on to it, we mentioned something earlier. I don't know why. I think I took a gulp, a drink while you were saying it. But so you're a Mataki ambassador. You work with Uppercut Deluxe, but you do work with the Clipper brand. But look, it's an open show. This is Barbers Arms, even though it's sponsored by Wahl. But who do you work? What's the Clipper brand you work with?
So I'll tell you the truth. I've always been a Wahl girl through and through. Always. I worked with Wahl from when I started. I remember buying a clipper box, and the clipper was silver, and I was so excited. And you were on the box. My husband was my apprentice years ago, and we're excited. We're like, get this clipper out. This whole silver casing. Remember your first clipper? I think it was a long time ago. And I always worked with Wahl, and I really still like. I like the brand. I love the clipper. But I was approached by a different clipper company, and they sent us some clippers, and I did really like them, and it was Gamma, and I do really like the clipper. Two different types of clippers, but equally both very good clippers. So yeah, I feel I've always said that I was a Wahl girl, but I've dabbled in a lot of different clippers. I've been sent quite a lot, but I did like the Gamma as well, you know.
Good.
So,
Hey, listen, you know, Vicky, don't apologise. Just because he's the Just because he's the big cheese at Wahl. This is.
You keep apologising for using it. Don't you worry about him, Vicky. Don't worry about him. You must have said that 10 times you're a Wahl girl there. That'll do for us.
I work very closely with Ritaki Mind. I love that brand of scissor. Like, that is my favourite brand by far of scissor. They're fantastic.
Well, James used to work with us, you know. I've worked with James on 2 occasions. I worked with him at Goldwell, and then I worked with him when he came to work at Wahl as well. So I'm very close with James and Emma. He's a great guy. Yeah,
they're great. I tell you who I work very closely with, BarberEVO. I write for them. I've wrote for them from the start. I love Andrew. I just think he's a great guy, and I supported him from the start. And I work with BarberEVO. I forgot to mention that earlier, but I am a columnist for them as well. I mean, I don't do things by half, so I give myself a lot of work, I tell you.
Do you know what?
Busy schedule.
Yeah, and you're going to be appearing on the main stage for BarberEVO as well as one of their brand ambassadors. I hear as well. So you're going to be on the expo as well.
Yeah, I am.
That's fantastic news. So we're looking forward to seeing you on stage and strutting your stuff as well. Then with your new clip.
Yeah, good. Well, we'll see. Hey, Vicky, just with S&B Academy as well, obviously you'll have been doing a little bit of travelling, but next question would be, where have you not been that you'd really love to go to do some kind of educational seminar? Anywhere in the UK, Ireland, Wales, Scotland, or abroad? Where's one place where you think, you know, we've been very fortunate to travel the world, but people who are starting the journey into travelling, where's the one place that you want to tick?
Right. So Uppercut Deluxe is an Australian brand, but I've worked all over the world for them. And I've never been to Australia. And that's the next tick. I want to go and meet, well, I've met them, but I want to go and see Kira and Steve Purcell, who run that company. I love them. And I can't wait to go out there and do some education. So Australia for definite.
I think you're going to be waiting a little while for that as well, though, aren't you?
I know.
They're closed at the moment. So we've, you know, that this whole show is streamed from Australia, and we can't get our production team out of Australia at the moment. So it might be a little while. Just quickly going from that, and you know, obviously these kind of people who you work with. Who's your inspiration at the moment? Who actually makes you get up in the morning? What is it that makes you tick? And within the industry, you know, who's pushing the buttons for you at the minute?
There are a lot of people who are very inspirational within the industry. You know, there's some fantastic barbers. The old school, I have got to say, do you know Barber Town Worcester? Have you heard of those?
Yeah, John Bourne.
John, I think John is the best all-round barber. I think Luke Dolan is absolutely fantastic.
Luke's a great talent.
He is the most all-round. He hits it on the nail on the head every time. I think he's fantastic, and he's also an ambassador with me. I really love him. I love Shane Nesbitt, who's over in America, and the students. My students teach me a lot. They're on Instagram a lot. They inspire me every day. You know, if they come in and say, "Can you do that?" I'm like, right, well, I've got to be able to do that now. So it gives me more fuel to sort of learn more things. I think in barbering, you have to be a chameleon. You have to have your skill set, but you also have to build constantly. And I think that's what inspires me, because I need to be better every day. So if there's something new, I have to do that. I have to learn that. And I think that's been the secret of sort of my success, if I'm honest. Open-minded. I'll say that.
But I think that's great. And, you know, I will admit, having young staff or coming into interaction with younger staff and younger team members, it does keep you on your toes a little bit. Yeah. I mean, you know, Simon, from his team point of view, he's always refreshing, always getting new people in all the time. And I think that's healthy for a business as well. John Bourne, as you've just said, the Worcester barber, we've tried to get him on the show a couple of times, actually. John, if you're watching, pick your phone up.
I think he is just spot on. Like, his skill set is fantastic. And I love watching him cut hair.
Have you been down to the shop in Worcester? Because he's got a big wicker Harley Davidson in the shop, and it's good because I think his dad still does maybe a day or two still in the shop. So the age variety in there is going from probably 80-year-old barbers down to the young apprentices coming through. John's in the middle part of it. So yeah, I've been in there a few times, and it is good. But Luke's a great talent as well.
Oh, yeah.
Nick, before we move on to Rant to Rave, and I'm going to a quick fire questions. What's kind of your long-term vision for SB Academy? What kind of, I wouldn't have asked this question going through lockdowns, but we're out now. We're hopefully going to move forward. People have got to start planning and looking forward at what's going to happen. So for the remainder of 21 and going into 22, what is your vision for your academy?
I think because I get asked to do a lot of education sort of internationally, and it's really hard for me because I'm so dedicated to the academy that I don't like leaving it. I've got to be in control of what's going on, which is a good thing, but a bad thing. I think I'm going to go more online tutorials, not from beginner. I'm going to go more advanced, and I'm going to concentrate a little bit more on things that people don't really think they need. I think like it takes a really good, if you have a hairdressing background or an understanding of shape and longer hair, I think it makes you a better barber all round. So I think I might do some tutorials on that, but I'm definitely going to go online and expand that way. But I'll never leave the academy. I couldn't leave it.
Be careful when you say them last words, what you just said.
What?
You're gonna go online. Massive field of things. Gary, I think we're ready for Rant or Rave.
Yeah, we are. We're just going to bring that just quickly before that. So have you got a hairdressing background rather than a traditional barbering background?
I worked in a unisex, but I hated rinse and perms. So my boss used to say, shut up, zip it all the time to me. And I found it really hard standing at a basin, just rinsing hair and colours. I can cut ladies' hair, but as soon as I could, I was in that barber shop and I never looked back. I prefer, nothing against ladies, but I prefer working with men. I've got like older brothers, and I'm more of a lad's lad, a girl's lad. You know what I mean? I'm sort of like a lad in the barber shop, and I love that. I love that environment. So yeah, I'm barber through and through.
We'll leave that there then. So we're just you're more of a lad's lad, whatever it was. Anyway, so we're going to do Rant or Rave. You've seen the show before. We're going to spin the wheel in a minute. Production team are going to actually spin. You're going to pick, or we're going to pick a particular subject, and you're going to have 2 minutes to rant or rave about that subject. So production, can you spin that wheel, please?
You can't see this now, Vic, but there's some music going on for everybody watching it on this big screen round with all your stuff around. You just see us two, but the people who are watching it will see it all up coming up any second now. We don't know neither. Me and Gaz don't know what this topic's going to be. We've had some really good ones though, Gaz. I still go back to Edward Hemmings and Mark Woolley. I think they were...
Right. We're going to have the 2000s versus 2010. So we're talking about the decade between 2000 and 2010. Ooh, Rant or rave?
2000s, 2010. Or music? Do we think music, or will think
you want? And
just generalise.
Go.
2000s. Oh, well, I was a lot younger then, so probably I probably would enjoy the partying scene more in the 2000s. But I think in the 2010s, I prefer life, if you know what I mean. So am I doing this right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So 2010s is probably my best time because I opened the academy. I got myself together. I love what I do. And I finally found something that makes us tick. So yeah.
Good. I love quoting. I always love, as you get older as well, one of the things you'll realise is that I always have a big saying is that all the best decisions I've made is my gut reactions. And the worst decisions I've ever made is when I've not listened to people. And as you get older, if you're a winner and you're winning, you become unstoppable, because what will happen is your instincts will trust you. And I think the 2000s for me, going into 2010s, as you get older, the 10s became better because your instincts were trusting you as a business person, as a presenter. So yeah, you've got it right there. We're going to finish off with some quick fire questions.
Do you know what though, Simon? Just quickly, 2000, that's the millennial, isn't it? So can you imagine where you were in 2000? We were 30.
How old are you guys? How old are you guys?
How old do you think we are? Gary first. Go for Gary first.
Be good. Be kind.
No, be honest.
48.
48 for Gaz. Now, don't be honest. Be very fucking careful. How old am I, Vic?
47.
You've just edged it there. You've been very kind there. You'd have gone older there with him. He's been around forever.
Oh dear. I think he's a few months older than me. Gary is now 58 and I'm 51.
Really?
No.
God. Well, I did well there, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You were just 10 years away from Gaz, but you did me a bit of justice there. Anyway, we'll finish up with some quick fire questions. It's been great to have you on. I'm sure all the girls out there, the barbers, you do a lot for people that's out there, the girl power. I know we've got one in our team, Andrea Raymond, and I always say
she's fantastic.
She is one of the best barbers in the world.
Fantastic.
It's funny, we were on a production meeting this morning, and me, Trevor, and Gary had a chat afterwards, and we're on about, sometimes you've got to be politically correct when you're picking people, especially on the international stage. It doesn't matter to me, male, female, black, white, Chinese, whatever. Yeah. It's about who's got the best talent, who's the best presenters, and that's who I pick. It doesn't matter to me. If it falls that on that stage there's 6 black guys, because they're the best. If there's 6 women, it's because they're better. Yeah. But Andrea Raymond for me is one of the best female barbers, not because she's a female, in the world against any male barber. She's just like awesome. So
she's amazing.
Yeah. Right, Vic, we're going to finish off some quick fire questions. Here we go. What's your favourite food?
Curry.
Curry. Any particular type?
Oh, I love Indian food. Absolutely love Indian food. I get one every week. I'm terrible.
What's your favourite drink?
Oh, Sauvignon Blanc. New Zealand. It's got to be New Zealand. Amazing.
What's Trevor start pinging us now? New Zealand. What's your favourite destination?
Oh, I've got to say I love Canada. It's an unbelievable place. Love it.
Favourite music?
I've got to pick a band, the best of all time, Alexis on Fire. I went to see them in Amsterdam. It was the best night of my life. Are you too old for that? You just looked at me funny there.
No, I'm not.
Do you know who they are, Simon?
I just struggle spelling sometimes. And if you could do all the above, what would be your ideal dinner date? It can be past or present, somebody who's dead, somebody who's alive. Who would you want to do all the above with?
Oh, dinner date. Mm-hmm. Oh, my granddad. 100% my granddad. Because he went mad when I went into barbering and hairdressing, Not the barber one. This is my other granddad. And he was saying, you need to go get an education, whatever. Then what happened is he passed. And then I went and done a degree. And then I went into college teaching. And then I've opened an academy. So I've mixed both. So yeah, my granddad, I'd love to tell him.
You've hit it on. Here we've got Vicky Harrison-Smith from SB International Barbering Academy. She's an ambassador from Ataki, Uppercut Deluxe. I've nearly got my words mixed up then a little bit. And now recently just joining into the Gamma Clipper Corporation, if you can call it that. Vic's having a favourite food. She's having a nice curry. She likes one a week. She's having a favourite drink, which is a nice white wine. She's doing all this in a favourite destination, which is Canada. What's the group you like listening to? Ilias, is it?
Alexis on Fire.
Alexis on Fire. And she's doing all this with past granddad, Vicky Harrison Smith. Thanks for being on Barber's Arms. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll keep in touch with you. And good luck with your career.
Thank you so much. You take care.
We'll be in touch, and hopefully we'll see you on the expo as well. So we'll
meet soon. Hopefully we'll meet soon.
When we're next to the north, we'll be there.
See you, Vicky. Well done.
Bye now. Thank you.
Oh, that was nice and pleasant.
What a lovely, bubbly character. You know, it's lovely to meet people from all over the place. It's somebody I've never, ever come across that's, I've heard her name mentioned all over the place. She's been on the Mataki. But you know, when we're on stage, you know, when we're doing shows, it's very rare that we get to go and walk around all the stands, isn't it? So sometimes we do miss people. So, but it's great that she's going to be involved with the expo and representing BarberEVO as well. So fantastic.
Yeah, I've only seen her on print and stuff when she's joined Mataki. She looks the part. I think she's done a good job for them. I love that she's a Wahl girl through and through. And yes, I think a lot of girls that are coming into this industry, into barbering as well, I think she's a great ambassador for that kind of level. That you know, not just a barber behind a chair. She's gone off and got this great academy. She's doing really well. She's got a great buzz about her, and you know, she wants to do well. And you know, any females watching and joining in, I know we've got some great ones anyway that watch us. You know, Alison and Pauline and you know, Sherelle, all the guys that join us every week anyway, they're all doing really well in their own businesses. Alison up in Scotland, you know, Boyzone up in Forfar, great salon up there. She and not only that, Alison's been doing lots of social media stuff as well to improve herself over lockdown. One of the things I've said to people, Gary, what have you done over your lockdown to make yourself better? Well, Alison Russo has strengthened the social media side of it. So fair play to these guys. They're doing really, really well. We've got a great guest coming up, Alex Burt. Burt, you've got your cocktail without Rachel. How's that going to work?
Hey, excuse me. I'm in control of this part of the show.
Saying, Rachel, I know you're watching Rachel from your 5-star hotel. I'm just saying, how's he going to cope with it?
I can cope quite easily, thank you. I've got all my ingredients. I just don't throw this show together, you know. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is our 56th cocktail. We've got our cocktail shaker, our normal cocktail shaker tonight. We're doing a Vespa Martini in homage to 007, Ian Fleming, the writer. So what we can say is, from our point of view, and there is different ways of doing this, and you know, people say shaken, not stirred, and it bruises the gin and everything else. We're shaking this all around the place, and we're going to put it into a lovely glass. So first of all, we've got our gin, and I'm using Tanqueray gin tonight. We're using 60 ml. So if we just put this in, we're going to throw that in. I'm going to put a little bit extra in because that's 50. So there's where it goes. First of all, I should have put my ice in, sorry. I'm going to put my... It's shaken over ice. So we've also got our vodka, which is going to be 20 ml of vodka or half a shot. There we have our vodka. And then we're going to have our aperitif or our vermouth. Now, this is fortified wine almost, so we're only having 5 ml of this. So we can see that goes in as well. And then we're going to have a little bit. I'm just going to use our orange bitters tonight. So I'm just going to throw this in. 5 ml again. We just throw that in. And then we're going to shake all that up. And we're going to fine strain this over into our glass. So I haven't got our fine strainer tonight, but it is, as you can see, this is a fine strain cocktail shaker anyway. So here we go. As you can see, there we have it. And we've shaken. I'm not stirring it because we've shaken it tonight. We're going to have a lemon zest in the top of it. And I have actually zested some peel as well at the same time. I'm going to just put that in. I'm going to strain it with my own teeth, if you like. But there we have it. The typical famous Ian Fleming Vespa Martini. And if you watch the 007 films, there is different times, different places, depending who's playing the part, what they ask for. But chin chin, all the very best. I have got a black olive if you want to put that on as well, but I'm gonna.
Nice.
Oh, I love everyone. Can you believe we're getting to do this for free on here? So we're getting actually beautiful. Are you adequately refreshed?
Yes. At my age, you need them toilet breaks.
So you've just missed the Vespa Martini, but it was absolutely delicious, I say. And next time I see you, we will try some in a minute.
We didn't have any cocktails the other night.
No, I know. I was just going to bring that up. We were with the guys being with us all night as well. It was we were quite. It was quite an easy night for you, really. I didn't put you under pressure. I didn't sit by you, by the dinner table, so I couldn't push you along as much as I was going to. And I thought I was definitely going to get you into some either, but we were quite sensible, weren't we, on Wednesday night?
I've got to say that the vibe was really good in London. The when we went out walking in Soho Square and stuff, all the bars and restaurants were really busy. It was a nice atmosphere. It felt really normal. And it was nice to see everybody, the pubs were doing it right and there was social distancing and all that kind of stuff. But it was just nice to get some normality. As I said, I could have started on Thursday morning with you.
Unfortunately, your team, you turned up, but your team didn't.
They're not drinkers, are they? They're all young lads. They're all in gym. I mean, got
No,
28 waist.
No, you tits. Man United.
Oh, devastated. 22 penalties. Oh, jeez. Tough night. But anyway, we'll not go into that one. Guys, don't forget you can register for our expo. We've got some amazing guests coming up from the 6th of June. It's the Barber Arms Expo. Not only have we got some fantastic barbering presentations, but we've got some amazing business seminars as well that's going to be on our expo. So it's going to be the best thing. There's nothing else out there at the minute. So not only can you get some great education from some of the leading hairdressers and barbers in the industry, we've got a fellowship as well. They've got a great lineup as well. I'm looking forward. I'm going to be glued to it for 2 weeks. It's going to be like in between work, just making sure that I'm trying to click in and watch some of it. And in fact, I think one of the days I've blocked out a full morning just to watch some of the presenters. So I'm really looking forward to it. So get in there and like an exhibition. I always say to people at an exhibition, plan your day out, especially if you're going a few times. I think sometimes get out there and we go and buy some stock, go and watch two or three of the big shows. But for me as an exhibition, you should plan your day out. I'm going to go to that stand there and watch that for an hour and then go to that and have a proper map your day out. And I think with this expo, that's a perfect opportunity. When the calendar comes up, we can do that and you can have a fantastic 2 weeks of education. Without further ado, though, go on, Gary.
Well, I was just going to say, and there's going to be show offers on as well. So, I know everybody waits to buy stuff at different shows. The show offers will be there and you'll able to purchase on the day interactively. So please join us.
Without further ado, this young man came, I met him about 3 years ago. He's got a great business down in Brighton. He's going to tell us a little bit about the name and where it's come from as well. But we have got this guy. He's got 3 barbershops in the south in Brighton. And without further ado, please welcome Mr. Alex Burt from the Teddy Edwards chain.
Hello, guys. How you doing? Thanks ever so much for having me.
Not Teddy, Alex.
Alex.
Are you watching the show at the same time?
Yeah, I've just turned it off. There you go.
There you go, sir. Thank you very much. We could just get some feedback. Do you know what? Before the show, I said, Alex, he's got 2 shops, hasn't he? And he says, no, he's got 3. So you have got 2, have you?
Yeah, I've got 2 at the moment. Yeah.
Perfect. And last time I saw your photo, you got a lot more hair.
Yeah, so this is a bit of a continuation from my lockdown haircut. So just during lockdown, it was getting massive, and I just thought, do you know what? I want to look like Simon, so I thought I'd just shave it all off and get rid of it. So
I like it. So, Alex, before we start, it's first time we've done this as well.
Yeah.
But we're going to drink a beer tonight that you've got from one of your local breweries, which is
man.
Bard.
Yeah. So
I'm going to start off with the Citra, Citra Wise drink.
I've already cracked open the Montuca, and it's What do you think so far?
Well, I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to give you a test now. So cheers to Unbarred for sending us these nice beers with our nice Unbarred glasses. Let's have a little taste. This looks very nice. Looks cloudy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, mate. I left mine in the fridge because he said to me, don't drink it until he comes on. So I thought, I'll leave it in the fridge and I've got any time.
Well, there's a
really
little bit
nice.
of a story.
That's really...
It's great, isn't it? They're basically, so Jordan Moe is the owner of the brewery. He's one of our customers. It's a fantastic brewery, and they're making quite a lot of waves in Brighton. And they're not afraid to sort of try new things and break boundaries. And they make some cracking beer, and they've got a great brew house. They've got a great reputation in Brighton. And he's always been a good supporter of Teddy Edwards. He always drops off freebies here and there. So I just thought it would only be right to, if I'm down the pub, is get around in for the boys, So cheers.
Nice.
Good
this
health.
Is definitely, Gary. This one I'm drinking, the Citra Wise one, is definitely breakfast beer. So next time we're in London, we're having a brioche breakfast roll on Edgware Road. This is the one that we should be drinking.
You've obviously got the breakfast one. I've got the main meal and starter at the same time, because this is 7%. The one I've just
that's the one I'm on. Yeah.
Oh, what's the one I'm on? Is that strong?
That's the girls' beer. That one.
Okay.
Yeah, this one will take the rust off the shovels. Do you know what I mean? It's good stuff. But funny enough, as well, the photo on the front of this is actually taken by one of our customers as well, Kevin Meredith. Who's sort of done bits and bobs for us over the years. So that was just pure coincidence. So yeah, cracking beers.
So Alex, you've seen the show. You know what's coming up. We're going to ask you some career questions. Then we're going to go into some quick fire questions at the end. Get a little bit of profile about yourself, your business, Teddy Edwards, and But before we start, I know we've had this story because I know you've been down to our academy a lot. I know you're a great Wahl ambassador as well. The Teddy Edwards name, you're Alex Burt, you're based in Brighton, your brand's a really cool brand. We've seen you in magazines. I know Rachel's done some features when she were at Modern Barber and stuff. You've won some competitions, and you started now doing some ambassadorial Roma Taki and a few other brands that you're working with. And we're going to see you on the Expo as well, aren't we? You're going to be on the Expo.
Yeah.
Where's the name Teddy Edwards come from?
Well, it was inspired by my granddad. He was super sharp. He was proper, he had the Brill Cream. He was one of the Brill Cream boys in the RAF, and we were just throwing around names at the time. I wanted a brand. I didn't want it I didn't want my name splashed all over it. And my wife just came up with it. We just opened up a bottle of wine one night, a big sheet of paper, and we just threw around loads of names. And my middle name's Edward, after my granddad. It's a popular family name, and it even got to the point where I named my boy Teddy as well. So it's and just Teddy Edwards. It just made sense.
Excellent.
Fantastic. That resonates with, I Rach, the barmaid, because we had a dog that we named our daughter over. So
Millie, if you're watching, Millie, congratulations on your last day at school, sweetheart. I know you worked really hard. I know you're missing your prom. You want to put you off to a nice 5-star hotel, and your dad just told maybe 100,000 people in this next week that you were named after a dog. So thank you, Dad.
Brilliant, I love it.
So Alex, I mean, it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Yeah, this is wicked. Thank you ever so much. I'm loving it.
It's very, very Belgium-y, this one.
Yeah,
I really
it's good, isn't it? I've got
like a Belgian.
To be fair, I've got to neck it so I can move. I've got to neck it so I can move on to the Citra. So
the Citra's beautiful. I've started off with that. This reminds me of a show, Gary, I went to. You might have heard of this, both of you. Barber Society. He's been a guest on ours, Mark van der Haar, and he runs Barber Society in Amsterdam. He invited me as a guest, and it was maybe 3 years ago. I stayed in Amsterdam the night before, picked me up. It were all like VIP service, and then it was free beer all day. And they served it in little glasses like this all day. Just kept going up and getting a beer. They were very sponsored it. I got absolutely trolling. I'm going to have to stop because we were going out for a meal that night. I had to go back to the hotel and regather myself and cold showers and stuff because it just really hit me. And that's the kind of drink that this is. It's it feels, I can already feel it hitting the side.
They creep up on you. They do creep up on you.
The thing is when it's 7% like that, it's very Belgium-y, the glass shape, everything. They always have a brandy glass, don't they? We did a show in Brussels, and I won't even go there, but I couldn't drink for a week. So. But anyway,
very cloudy.
Alex, Teddy Edwards, you got 2 shops, 2013 you started. You're based in Brighton, you're a Mataki ambassador. From your point of view, your background, you decided to, and you just told us you sat down with a piece of paper and, when you decided to break out and go on your own. Your background generally.
Yes.
I know you've done editorials, you've done work for Wahl and everything else, so very successful in everything else. Where are you going now? I know you just said you were looking for number 3, but how many staff? What's your business like at the moment? When you're over post-COVID, where are we going at the moment?
Okay, so we've got a staff of, so in total, we have a total of 11 people, including myself, spanning 2 shops. And we had one leave during the last lockdown. He's gone off to go and try something completely different. And really, this is like the year where I want to completely expand and move forwards. Ideally, what's going to be like the big thing in the pipeline is we've got an academy on the way. And I know that everyone sort of seems to be sort of kind of going down this route at the minute. I think like lockdown has definitely sort of shown to me that, if you're not cutting hair like on a day-by-day basis, then you don't generate any revenue. So we got to look at other ways that, we can make a business work. So I'm really inspired by the idea of getting up an academy, but not so much from just teaching people how to cut hair and how to do really good fades and sort of get all creative with all like shaving courses, but the hidden element of barbering, which I think so many people just seem to almost like kind of ignore these days. So like what's really important to me is like how to build that rapport with the customer and how to treat yourself as a business seriously and to make yourself grow like in the future.
Yeah. And I mean, Vicky just said it earlier about, one of her things is customer service. I'm doing some new stuff at minute, which is the retail solving and the motivational side of it, the psyche side of it. I know you've had me when you fetched your team down to Wahl and we did some of those days.
That was an amazing day.
That's kind of, for me, as important as cutting hair. Learning how to do a fade or a shave. The business side of it and how to handle yourself as a true gent to do gents hairs is really important. So I'm glad you've got that philosophy inside you. But
Well,
I'm going to ask you a real deep question now.
Okay.
I've never asked this before on Barbers Arms, but to a salon owner who's got 2 salons, and I've heard it when I've spoke to people privately. Pandemic was quite strong. We had 3 lockdowns, and we probably only traded maybe 3 or 4 months out of the year last year. How did that affect you? The business? I know there were grants and loans about, but did you and your wife had to? You don't have to tell us, but did you have to go into your personal savings? And if you did so, did you have a cut-off point where you said, right, once we get down to this last bit here, we're not going any further, we're going to have to start chopping staff? Or, how did it affect you, and how did you manage all of that? Just talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, I suppose, we're fortunate enough that, we live in a society, especially in a country where we actually do have financial backup from the government. And I know the government do get, flack left, right and centre from, for so many different reasons. But, the fact that, in lockdown 1, we just got an instant grant straight into the bank account, and without even having to sign over anything or apply or fill out any forms, and that was the beginning of a lot of support that the government and the local authorities have given us. So luckily that kept me afloat. So in terms of, I never got that kind of that moment where I'm thinking, shit, we're starting to run out of money, because I budgeted for everything, made sure that that wasn't ever going to be the case. So I think the impact came more from a mental point of view, and just trying to keep everybody motivated. It was just staying in touch with the staff on a regular basis. It would have been quite easy to just sort of disconnect from the staff, because everyone was just cut off in their own little bubble at home. But I made a real point of staying in touch with the staff, and we did all the Zoom meetings and everything like that. And the thing that I noticed was it was the anxiety when we knew that we were coming back to work. That was the tricky bit. That was the really tricky bit, because people were a bit like, how do I do this? They were quite fearful about sort of coming back and thinking, it was tough to begin with, but financially we were okay. We just kind of accepted it and got on with it, really.
I think from a salon owner myself, or a barbershop owner myself, I think it was the emotional turmoil.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think that was very hard to deal with from a point of view of, we weren't in control of our own business anymore. It was, we got a very successful business. We'd done this plan. We'd been in the job a long time, but we were really, really not in control of what happened within our business, how we actually, how we run a business, what we could do, when we could open. I think that was really hard and I think that's what you're trying to get across there.
Yeah.
I think from a smaller point of view, the financial was okay. The bigger you got, that problem got a bit harder, because staff you had, the more overhead you had. But I think from a business owner point of view, I think you're right. It was more the emotional rather than the financial at one point. The longer it went on, I was thinking, shit, how long are we going to be able to cope?
And I think as well, it was, I was more, strangely enough, I was more worried about my staff, and how they were just going to, at the beginning, for example, how they were just going to eat. This was before we knew about universal tax credit and all the grants that came along. That was the one bit that I really struggled with, was because, to me, it's I'm the boss of the company, and I feel responsible for my staff. The buck always stops with me. So I felt responsible for them, because, I've got my home, luckily I don't pay rent, I'm a homeowner. And so,
Do all your staff, are they all employed, or do they work for themselves?
No, they're all self-employed.
So the thing with us is, and you know, from your point of, we've been talking about with Mark Woolley this weekend.
Yeah.
And he's based in Brighton as well.
Yeah.
You know, all his staff are salaried. All my staff are salaried, 40 staff. When we first had the pandemic, you had to cover all the wages for like nearly 2 months, 8 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, it was nearly 100 grand, and you just thought, are we going to get this back? I know from a self-employed, how does it work with you with the self-employed thing? Do you just say, look after yourself, guys, or where did that go?
In a way, that's all that could have happened at that point. You know, like during lockdown 1, it was just a case of we were shut, they were self-employed, you know, and we, you know, there was nothing that we could have done at that point. The only thing that I could have done at that point was just support them on an emotional level, and that was all I had to offer at that point. You know, so but during lockdown 1 as well, when it was the 17th of April, my baby girl got born as well. So it all just kicked off for us. You know, it was you know, I was like juggling, like, you know, sort of like the house, my family, like my new baby girl. So it was a real test of our mettle.
Mm. Yeah, I think when I spoke to Alex as well, you know, with every bad cloud, there's always a little bit of shining light. So you've been able to spend 12 months nearly on and off with your newborn daughter.
Well, yeah, and do you know what? And like, you know, like when my boy Teddy was born, I was at Teddy's all the time. You know, I was making the business work. I was, you know, making sure, you know, I was growing the business. So I missed out quite a bit. Whereas this time around, I've got to see every tiny little bit of development. You know, so in that way, and you know, and that's right, Simon. I've just had to you know, take the silver lining out of this, and you know, and it's been fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, there's a few people I spoke to as well about that. You know, there's a few people that said to me, the question I asked you was, you know, about where does it stop at? Right, we keep putting money in. That's as much as we're going to put in now. Any more than that, you know, we're going to have to start like shedding. But obviously, you've answered that. Future plans for Teddy Edwards? I know you're looking at other premises at the minute, and you know, hopefully we don't want to jinx it for you, but you're looking to expand in the next 12 months.
Absolutely, yeah. So it was something that I was really keen to do last year, but obviously, you know, last year happened. So, but yeah, as we move forward, you know, I just want to now like focus on growing the business really, because I sort of feel, you know, I really identify with like for example, I get really inspired by, you know, a lot of people in the industry, and like Ruffians, for example. You know, we were up against them at Barbershop of the Year, you know, 2 years ago, and you know, we were, you know, in the final run-ins for it, and you know, and I really identify with their ethos. It's about, you know, the experience that the customers get when they walk into the shop, and it's not just about delivering a service, it's about delivering an experience, and I just want to breed that, and I want to expand upon that, you know. So it's more than just opening up a shop and, you know, and getting the money. I want to be able to, you know, sort of develop the staff and inspire staff and sort of show them, like, you know, this is how a barbershop runs.
Yeah,
I think that's how barbershops have developed as well, Alex, as well, because we can't anlement just expect clients to just turn up anymore, can we?
No. I worked in this barbershop before I opened up my own, and it was almost like a masterclass on how to not run a barbershop. You know, it was, you know, I just cringed there every day, and I just hated it. But the positive that I took from it was like, well, this is how I'm not going to run a business. And I swore on that, like when I worked there, that I was never going to just wait for haircuts to walk through the door. And like for me, Teddy Edwards now is like, I always sort of maintain that Teddy Edwards is like the place that I always wish that I could have worked in.
Yeah.
And
that's good that you made an environment where you want to work every day.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
That's good for barbers who are watching. That's a great thing, you know. When people say to me, "Oh, I'm booked up till 8 o'clock tonight. I can't have a Saturday," you create it. create the environment you want to work in, create the business that you want to create.
And
you know, sometimes people just go in and do it.
Well, do you know what? You know, so during lockdown, we've taken on, you know, sort of 3 new members of staff, and all 3 members have just been, you know, like they just keep saying, I'm just so happy here, and I never knew that like this kind of way could actually be possible, you know, and it's been so good to sort of hear that what you actually do and how you think something is run is actually, you know, sort of bought into by other people as well.
I think the thing is as well, if you've got nothing to compare it against, you know, if you're eating McDonald's every day of the week and then you have, then you think, oh my God, what have I been doing all my life? You know, the analogy is there, but as well, from your point of view with your customers or your clients, your guests, whatever you call them, from your point of view of your staff, your staff obviously is self-employed now, so Teddy Edwards is going forward, and you're going to use that model. How do you get clients into you put the onus on your stylists or your barbers to build their column, or how do you get clients through the door? What's changed after COVID?
Well, in that respect, nothing much has actually changed. We've traditionally been like one of the busiest shops in Brighton anyway. Ever since we opened, it's just gone from strength to strength, and it's always been like a word of mouth thing. You know, but we very rarely, and I know it's quite funny. You know, you always hear like barbers going, "Oh yeah, I'm so busy," or whatever. But we genuinely, you know, we are so busy every day of the week. And it was about 3 years ago that I decided to move over to booking. So for me, nothing much in that respect has changed. You know, but what I do is, you know, I believe in word of mouth. I support local businesses. You know, we have great relationships amongst the community. So the word of mouth and the experience that we deliver has always ensured that we do stay busy. It's almost like, you know, I always sort of say to the guys, like when they join, it's like, I will do everything that I can to make this environment as best as possible. And, you know, to get people through the door, like, you know, if you can convert them into a repeat business, that's your bit, you know. But, I try to make that environment as fun, as engaging and as stimulating as possible. And the community seem to buy into it. So
you know what though? I think you've hit the nail on the head there. And I hope everybody who's watching here, especially young members and young barbers, that it's their response. It's up to them to make the best impression when they get that client, you know, that walk-in client, to make it their own. To never let that client go anywhere else. You know?
But you know what? I love it. I absolutely love it. Like, so we use Booksy, for example, the booking platform Booksy.
They were on last week. They were on the show last week.
Yeah. Elias, he's an absolute legend. Like he's
watching now. Emma, are you watching? We're giving you more every time.
And do you know what? And massive props to Booksy. They've been so supportive during the whole lockdown. I couldn't thank them enough. Like, and I'm not just saying that, you know, they're not paying me to say this or anything like that, but they genuinely, like, they've been so beneficial to the business, been incredible. But I digress. They, you know, I love it when you see like the little first visit icon, like on a new booking, and I'm just, you know, and I know it sounds really big headed, but it's just like, I've got you. I've totally got you, you know, because like we just give them the experience, we give them the Teddy treatment, and they're like, oh my God, this is great, we love it. And it's just like
the Teddy treatment. I like it. It's a new saying, Alex. Do you use that? It's the Teddy treatment. Alex, moving on.
It's the Tedwards effect. That's what we call it.
Don't give Wahl lip service here, because it could be any products as well. But what's the 3 products you can't do without on a daily basis?
Sorry, you're breaking up. What was that?
He said, what what Andy's clipper can you do without on a daily basis?
No, I said, don't give Wahl lip service here, but what's the 3 products that you can't do without on a daily basis in your barbershop? And he's froze. Tough question. Are you back? You're back, but you're on mute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So without giving
Yeah.
us any lip service at Wahl, it's just a general question. What's the 3 products you can't do without every day that you work every day in your barbershop? 3 main products.
Apart from Wahl?
Well, it could be a clipper, a product, a gel, a book seat, whatever. What's the 3 main products that you use every day that you can't do without? It froze again. Bless him.
Hey.
Which one are you drinking now? Because I'm still on the Citra Wise. Honestly, it's so strong. Alex, are you back?
I'm on.
Hello. Right. I can hear you now. So 3 products I can't live.
Yeah.
What, including Wahl?
Yeah. Whatever.
Well, do you know what? And I'm not blowing smoke up anyone's ass, but yeah, I love Wahl. Absolutely, I love the seniors. I love my classics. I love my Magic Clips. So yeah, I can't do without Wahl. Uppercut Deluxe, fantastic product, really good styling product. Absolutely love it. And third, probably got to be my local coffee shop, which is Small Batch. They're really good, supportive guys, and can't get through the day without some Wahl.
So some uppercut deluxe, some a senior, and a really nice Americano. That's the 3 things every day that you need every day.
Oh, I can't get through the day without a coffee. 100%. Yeah, got to be black.
So the barred brand isn't so. The unbarred brand isn't so good to you then. It's not that.
No, they're a given. They're a given.
So I'm going to open this one now. Is this Brighton Pier?
Yeah,
that is Brighton Pier. That's Brighton Pier. Yeah. So, and even those guys there, that is that's the Brighton Sea Swimming Club, which it's harder to get in them than it is the Masons. But yeah,
actually,
I'm going to try this one now. This is a strong one. I've had the Citra.
Yeah, I'm on the Citra now.
I'm going to try.
I think
Gary's going to be smashed by the end of this, isn't he?
I think that's actually Mark Wally there.
Listen, I haven't even poured this yet, and it smells really strong. Alex, one barbering career wish. If you could have one wish within your career, what would it be?
Oh, wow.
One wish.
Wow. One wish. Wow, that's a really good question. Come on. I was nearly there. But Barbershop of the Year. That was and we will get it one day. Whether it's Seven Dials, whether it's Ho Station, or whether it's another one of the branches at some point in the future. But yeah, yeah.
You want that big Champions League trophy in your shop?
I do, 100%. Yeah, when and again, when you called up to say that we were on the short list, honestly, that the amount of hard work and blood, sweat, and tears that I put into that, and to be considered amongst the top of the top, was mind blowing. And
this year it went out of London for the first time this year. I don't know if you watched it live.
Yeah. Andy's at Bicester.
Andy's at Bicester. He ticked all the boxes this year, and I'm over there. Not this weekend, the weekend after. No, on the 13th, I'm doing a seminar for his team on a Sunday. I'm going to take some of this Unbarred. You speak to the guys at Unbarred, because I've given a really good plug. They can send me a case of this one, because this I like Desperado. This is so strong, guys.
It's great. It's great.
It's making me giggle.
Hey, I'm telling you now. I know what I know what you drink. 2 of them And when I come to your house, I'll have 4, you'll have 2, and we'll leave it.
But just to clear that up, not together.
Yeah.
He likes to cuddle. He does like a midweek cuddle.
It's a little bit like when we. It's a bit like when we were in Whitstable and I got a bit smashed that night.
Yes, I can remember.
Too much Malbec.
And the Malbec's one of my favourite reds as well. In fact, I spoke to your mate today, Gary, Keith Coniford. I had a conversation with him. He talking to Malbec. You just remember me there, Alex. One of Gaz's mates, Keith Coniford, the chair of the Hair and Beauty Council and Barbering Council. I spoke to Keith today, and he likes the Malbec. Alex likes the Malbec. I like Malbec. Can you imagine, right? Just set the scene. 3 of them. And a bottle of Malbec.
Good night, Vienna.
No work tomorrow. But listen, what's going to be really good is if we can get down and come down to Brighton. I think I'm going to come down in July for the event.
Yeah, well, we're on.
The guys at Modern Barber. Invited as a guest. So maybe we could.
Me and the boys are on stage, right? So we're on stage.
Yeah, and I'm going to stay down on the Saturday night, but I'm also going to stay down on the Sunday night when it's finished. So maybe Sunday night we can go for a bite to eat with you and some of your team, and we'll have a chat about everything and see what we can do together.
Well, I could take you down to the brewery. So the brewery's got a wicked little tap room. So they got like an amazing little bar.
Can I fetch Gaz?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, come down.
Good. He's my tester.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Can you fetch Gaz? I'll be there before you.
Well, Gaz is my official tester, you see. So when we go to these breweries now to send us beers and that, we get Gaz to test them first. And he'll say, Simon can't have that. He's not a tester. I'll have that one. And he just has the lighter, the shandies. Just like now talking bollocks on this unbarred ultra. What am I drinking now? What's this one called?
Oh, that one's the Montuca Nelson Sauvin. 7%.
Can I rechristen this for the guys at
Simon, can I just put
that's the full Monty?
Yeah.
Listen, can I just put it in simple terms? 7%. You can have 2.5, and then you go in bed.
Honestly, listen, I like this, Alex. I like Desperado.
Yeah.
That is like, well, look, I'm always funny, guys, who was watching at home today and who's going to watch this through the week. Look at the colour of that. It's like treacle. It's like toxic waste. Completely and utterly smashed.
You take the rest.
Do you know what? That's what I said when I tipped it into the glass and the glass shape and everything. It's Belgian beer. That it's a Leffy. It's a Leffy or a very strong Leffy or something like that. That is exactly what it is. That's my kind of beer. That is.
Well, our boy Jordan, he's an absolute genius. Some of the things that he comes up with are incredible. So yeah, like they've got such a big range, but they're always trying new stuff.
I watched something the other day with beer made out of bread, and it was all about sustainable things. You know, when so many bakeries throw away bread at the end of the day, this company, I think it's in London, they were making beer out of bread.
Yeah.
And it was that looked strong as well. But this is I love the artisan cans. Thank you to the guys at Unbarred for having us in tonight and sending us the glass and the beers. Thanks to you, Alex, as well.
My pleasure.
For doing that. I love it when a guest fetches on and sends us some beers out. So any future guest that's coming up, we do like Moet Chandon, Vive Clique. We like all the champagnes as well. So not just the beers. Send us them all. You don't like them, Gary?
No. Gives you bad breath, and you have to either tip a little something in it or whatever. So I'd rather have
champagne,
a nice IPA or something. That is my kind of beer. That is.
Right, let me just tell you, champagne's never given me bad breath, and I always feel good on it, and it's proper smart. So don't let that put you off. Alex, we're going to finish off some quick fire questions. We asked Vicky some of the usual Barbers Arms questions, and then we for our second guest we have some different ones. So it's not so much we're going to read it back to you as a profile, but it's just some quick questions here. So here we go. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Have you got a dog?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'll call him Teddy.
Fast or slow?
Depends what you're doing.
Well, you tell me. Fast or slow?
Fast.
Ask your lady.
Oh, in that case, slow.
Chinese or Indian?
Indian all day long.
Indian summer in Brighton, beautiful place.
Oh, amazing.
You can take me there on that Sunday night. Tea or coffee?
Coffee all day.
Sport or science?
Ooh. Sport.
One more question I've got to ask you. Who is your all-time favourite Prime Minister?
Oh, wow. Well, this is, I'm going to get absolutely rinsed when I go to work tomorrow. Wow. Churchill.
Yeah, he's had a bit of stick last 2 days, Boris, hasn't he? We having grassing him up. I don't like that. Whether he did it or not, I don't like grassers. So, and that bastard went up to North East for his ice testing as well. So, Dominic Cummings, he's proper done the. In Yorkshire, that's an anti thing. You never grass, and he's grassed. He's grassed on a big scale. Alex, thank you very much, mate. I hope you've enjoyed it tonight. You're a great guy.
I've had a wicked time. It's been amazing. Thank you.
You've got a great business down there, mate. And I think one thing I like is out of pandemic, people are regrouping. And before you know it, other people have took you over, and you're one of them that's going to take them over. You're looking for your third branches, and you're going to move forward. And good luck to you, pal. Good luck to your team.
Can I just say just one quick little shout out? Is that all right?
Of course you can.
So I just want to say hello to Toby, to Maisie, to Gabby, to Ryan, to Ken, to Ali, to Dan, to Jamie, and to Luke, and to Stevie. Like, all you guys make me so proud. Like, how you've dealt with lockdown has been absolutely phenomenal, and Teddy's wouldn't be anywhere what it is without all your hard work and dedication. And I applaud you and thank you for all your efforts. So thank you.
Good lad, well done. Alex Burt, Teddy Edwards down in Brighton, we'll see you soon, but thanks for being on Barbers Arms. Great guest tonight, and have a good Saturday tomorrow. Have a nice bank holiday. And
we'll do, guys.
We'll see you very soon, bro.
Thank you so much. It's been an honour. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.
Oh, total British one tonight, Gaz. You're on mute, Gary. You're on mute. There you go.
Sorry. It's my iPad for some reason. He just keeps playing. I think you got control of it.
So strong.
So strong, that is, yeah. But do you know what? I hope he's got every single person that he said then, because if he's missed one person out there,
it's
bollocks. He's absolutely bollocks. But I think that lovely guest, but another creative from Brighton as well. Is this a bit of a Mark Worley thing that's happening from Brighton, or they're all coming from that south?
Well, look, we had a great day with Mark the other day. Mark Woolley, I think for me at 46, I know he'll not mind me saying that. I know he's a fan of the show, but we had a bit of a gig. It wasn't a giggle, but we had a great time with him the other night. The vision, as a salon owner, how do you get to where he's got? Because he's a different level. And no disrespect to any guests that we've had, he's got a multi-million-pound business, and the vision that the guy has, but also as well, the balls to take on what he's took on out of COVID, and working through it through COVID, thinking, look, this is going to end, and we've got to be ready on the 12th of April to open up. Gary, I take my hat off to him. I couldn't do that on my own.
I've met him so many times, and never in the UK. Met him so many times abroad, and when we've actually, and thank you, by the way, to invite me down, but it was unbelievably the vision that he's got. I don't know if you go back on his story, but he actually foresaw. He's got a mood board that what he was going to do as well in 10 years, 15 years time. He's 46. He's got a brand. He's got a, it's just unbelievable. And I've never met anybody with the vision that he's had in my entire life.
No, and he's such a nice guy as well. It's like walking around, and he's, you know, we were there, and there were like 7 or 8 guests that came in throughout the day. They got that event with us on the night, but then there were like people just coming in saying, "Oh, I just want to come in and have a look round." And you got different people there, and it's like every day I look, and you've got Anthony Mascola going. Lee Stafford were there the other day. We were working in there the other day, and they're like Carolyn Newman in there from Charles. She used to work at Charles Worthington, great colour expert. You know, she's now doing a couple of days in there. So it's some of the top names in the industry, whilst they've got a base now in London. And I just got that very New Yorky feel about it. It's a space for hairdressers and barbers to go educate, be a VIP club. And if you want to cut hair there as well, you've got a chair there, you can cut hair. Wow, what an idea.
What an absolute gentleman, though, as well. At the same time, he's got great staff, Marcus, Grace, and also what I'm sure we're going to be working from there, aren't we, mate? We are definitely going to have a Barber's Arms from there. But I mean,
great. While we were there, it's a full license buying. He said, while we're there, would you guys like to come and do a live Barber's Arms there? So when we speak to Trev and everybody in production to speak it, you know, one of the things that he's got there as well, he's got the 10K satellite and Wi-Fi to proper production quality to go out live as well. So I think that could be our next live venue, would be down in central London, just off Oxford Street on Rathbone Place. If you can check it out, guys, which is Electric Space, it's a great place to look at. Great evening tonight, guys. Really enjoyed it tonight. This hour and a half has flown by. Vicky Harrison-Smith from SB, International Barbering Academy up in Sunderland, and Alex Burt from Teddy Edwards down in Brighton. Great guest tonight. As I said at the top of the show, it is feeling a bit stronger. It is feeling a little bit normality. It feels different to everything else. Let's keep it nice and positive. Let's keep nice and safe. It's bank holiday weekend. The sun's going to shine, hopefully, for everybody. And I think it's going to be a real... Kids are on holiday next week, so it's going to be a positive week for everybody. Stay safe, everybody out there. And don't forget to register for our expo, which starts next Sunday, the 6th of June. It's going to be amazing. You've still got time to register. But from me, have a great weekend, and I'll pass you over to Gaz now. But stay safe and have a fantastic bank holiday weekend. God bless you all.
Thank you, Simon Shaw. All I can say is, one thing I'm going to say is, all you guys who've left school today, it's your last day, get into getting a job. Get in there. Put your CVs in. Get an apprenticeship. Go and get a hairdressing and barbering apprenticeship. It's going to work. All of you out there, Millie Machin especially, I love you. You're absolutely proud, so proud of you, all of us are. Jake Machin, 22 tomorrow. I'm sorry, I'm indulging myself here, but I've got to do it. Jake Machin, my best man, 22 tomorrow. Love you all. Take it, and let's have a great week. Happy bank holiday, everybody.
Jakey.
See you later.
Have a nice weekend, everybody. Hell, that is strong.
Hey, I'm stopping on until you've drunk the fucking lot.